Good evening and welcome to a Week 1 matchup between rooslugs and CaffyJD. Alongside me is KTAP4321. I'm Fury, and we've got Camion in the tracker position. KTAP, Week 1, and we've already got a fun matchup here.
Of course, it is a fun matchup, and it's a fun return of the past tournament flag set.
Yep, it's our second time through on the swordless flags with a couple of interesting different tweaks to the flag set.
Yeah, though, with this being swordless, it's going to put emphasis on a lot of different items, especially with the for overworld being first quest.
The goal should still be the same off the start. They'll probably look at their menu at some point in the first couple minutes and figure out which 3 Triforce pieces they get for free. And then you'd expect them to seek out the candle, whether or not it be the blue candle that they'll get from the wood sword cave, or the red candle that's at the white sword cave, followed by Armos.
Or pray they stumble upon the wand, or a bow, and some silvers, or have the money for arrows. Though the boomerang's actually useful because it can give you the stun prize pack, right?
Yep, you can hit the old man point blank with a boomerang to get your 7 counts, so that you can get your count up. And also we have plus or minus 2 HP rolled on the enemies, so they could roll down to the point where you can kill some of the bomb droppers with boomerang.
And we're off.
So it looks like at quick glance we have 2, 5, and 6 as the Triforce pieces.
Yeah, and I saw bombs were 27 rupees a piece. If I read that correctly, but rooslugs already has their blue candle. A weapon this fast is nice.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to take Caffy too long. He'll end up going to the left at start here and find level 6, which he won't need the Triforce. It doesn't look like he'll need the bait either, as that rope doesn't appear to be blocking anything as it's on the top rope.
Aw, man, no bait. But even if the runners do have the Triforces out of 2, 5, and 6, it doesn't mean that there won't be a required item in any of these dungeons. Or something that will improve a quality of life, like the red ring or the magical any key.
It is the Wiz Rope set, with the Tektites rolling in from the overworld, so some sort of secondary enemy goes up there instead. I don't think we'll be in here for too long, just trying to find some free keys, maybe a free item. Once we run out of open rooms, we'll be out.
The rooslugs might dip in a little further with that blue candle. Okay. Is that a Gliok I just saw? And level 4?
Yep, level 4 with a free Triforce. Go ahead and grab it and come back in probably. As we can look at a couple rooms north and west of there.
Well, that was a fast Triforce. And with that, and we have Lionel's on the overworld, so that's going to be a nasty combination. And with that, CaffyJD takes the death and heads back to start.
It's actually a fortuitous death, I would say. He's going to head to the east here, and I believe that's where the candle was that rooslugs picked up.
Sometimes I like to say things happen in this rando for a reason. So if you somehow take a death and it leads you to the right item, it's what was meant to happen. And we see a compass of uselessness since we already have the Triforce out of 6.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we saw the Triforce. It may save you a room of clearing, but you don't really have much reason to clear anyway, since the floor heart's going to stay floor heart. There is no randomizing of those floor hearts into the item pool.
Yeah, but for all we know, the silvers could be in there. But with the money in the seed, well, CaffyJD is starting to just blank on reset. Though we learned the wooden arrows are 90 rupees.
Yeah, a bit expensive, but with the large secret being such a significant value, I don't think it's going to hurt too much.
Though on the other hand, we did find out our door repair is 16 rupees. Did CaffyJD just ignore the blue candle?
And I think he's resetting back into his bombs. I'm actually not sure if... Oh, he's going to keep looking at these bomb spots. And he's going to keep resetting back out, and then pick up his candle once he's done resetting, probably.
Okay, that's smart. So therefore, CaffyJD will have their bombs back when they reset and finally decide which locations they want to go to, while also checking off other locations. And we find that blue ring is 242 rupees and keys are 67 rupees.
Yeah, so now Caffy's done all of the bomb spots near where his starting location is, so we'll pick up the candle and probably save again. Now, still holding on to those 8 bombs, and he knows that one of the medium secrets is right below him, so he can go in there anytime he needs 30-ish rupees, or 37 rupees I think it was, and get some out of there.
To be honest, I've never seen someone do that before, just to go all the way for bombs like that, but it's an interesting strategy that pays off, where you can get a lot of information and you can recover the bombs that you used and don't have to pay for more or go try finding a bomb drop enemy.
Yep. In the meantime, rooslugs gets into level 4 and finds an any key, which will allow him to unlock all the doors in the dungeons that are blocked by keys. That's always a good find, and he'll be out since he's got his Triforce out of 4 as well.
That any key is going to be very nice, because it's going to be one thing that rooslugs doesn't have to spend all the rupees on. They could save up for that blue ring if they really wanted to go for it. Or they could buy the wooden arrows.
Well, if it's a bunch of key doors, it'll be the key of the seed. We're going to see in the meantime, though, if Caffy can find the Armos item. I believe it's probably at the blue ring. Armos screen,
That's
also known as Death
shop,
Armos.
right? Oh, never mind. I see keys are 102. I'm just blind. As we have many key statements in chat about the usefulness of the any key, we're also seeing more overworld exploration and both runners executing a nicely done screen wrap.
Alrighty, a boomerang has been sighted underneath the Armos. We picked that up in Swordless this early because it could potentially get us some kills for free given the HP roll that we talked about earlier, and also it can stun your way past some of these overworld enemies. I mean, it's a Guerrilla Lionel overworld, so you got a lot of things that like to throw swords and boomerangs at you and hurt you.
Okay, so rooslugs is doing the same thing and is resetting to save bombs on the bomb spots in your start.
Yeah, you see a lot of resource save and reset strategies. We do see a level 9 in the Dead Woods. Probably going to go up, try and hear a roar. It's kind of the same strategy I use a lot of the time, just to try and figure out what directions I could potentially have available. And if I hear an instant roar, I don't like digging 9 for silver, so maybe Caffy's kind of in the same boat as me now.
Well, I guess that old man was like, "You shall not pass." And more door repairs. Or not door repairs yet. At least it's not a pricey door repair tonight.
Looks like the dead end of the Dead Woods bomb spot is level 7. We do not have the Triforce out of here, so Caffy might go into here at least looking for that. If he finds an item, might be a bonus, but I think early Triforce is a leave.
But with the doors being opened, it's not going to be as much of a hassle with having locked key doors.
Level 3 in Death Mountain West.
Well, at least rooslugs has that information and is going to go through that key door immediately. Okay, are we going to have our item? And we get the ladder, one of the most useful items in Zelda 1 Rando, because it can get you across gaps, ledges, and you can even trick your way around the world with it.
Yep, so that any key turns directly into a ladder, so that's a nice little setup progression for rooslugs. Caffy won't be able to do that unless he finds a key in a dungeon or gets that any key at level 4. Neither runner has checked the coast yet. I think rooslugs is probably going to go there after he clears some more of Death Mountain here. May look at the Armos as well, because I don't think he's seen that. Caffy, meanwhile, may have a staircase.
Yep, and the Tektites took 2 hits of the regular boomerang. And it's just a transport staircase. Boo!
Yeah, the gels looked like they rolled up 2 HP. We do have the Triforce there. Caffy's going to say no for the moment, look to the next room, and find an old man. There might be a bomb upgrade here.
And rooslugs chooses a heart container over a Coke. I see how it is.
Yeah, with red candle on the board, you can't turn down those heart containers until you get to 6.
Or we find out what's actually in the White Sword Cave.
Oh, it's forced. It's red candle.
Oh, okay. So, because that red candle is a very useful tool, because unlike the blue candle, you can fire it multiple times in the same room. So, what I think every runner hopes for when they have a swordless seed is that they can easily find the wands very quickly, because that is the most powerful kind of weapon you can handle besides silvers. And you don't have to worry about managing your rupee count, and it does a lot of damage. So on the other hand, the wand kind of loses some of its splendor when you get the book, as when you have the book and the wand, it tends to give fire, and that is less damage.
Alright, looks like we found a bomb upgrade, and it's +6, so that's going to be a big help to Caffy.
That's very nice.
Triple Dodongos won't be nearly as deadly. Any Dark Nut heavy rooms won't be deadly, and we have a 1 sighting, so a lot of dungeons coming fast and furious.
Yeah, they're coming out like crazy.
Caffy, it looks like he's done a lot of digging in here and is going to take the Triforce now and run, as the other bomb upgrade is in 1, but rooslugs cannot afford it yet, and we do have the Triple Dodongo, so not fun.
But that is information. If CaffyJD does get enough rupees to scrape it up, they're looking to eventually maybe have 20 max bombs.
Yep, add the White Sword bomb upgrade and the Magical Sword bomb upgrade. 24 will be your cap.
And with 5 hearts, we can pull the White Sword item 100%.
Well, not quite. We still have to get 6 to guarantee it, but pretty good chance that 5 will be enough.
High probability, but it still would be nice to have a little something extra when that boomerang and blue candle fails to work.
Caffy found a second large secret, so if he finds level 1, he will be able to get that second bomb upgrade. I think he'll probably hold off short term until he needs some more bombs, since it's so early in 1 once he finds it.
And bomb upgrades tend to refill your bomb count.
Yep, there was an update so that the White Sword and Magical Sword that used to not always refill your bombs now will 100% of the time.
That's nice. That gives more explosive power.
Alright, we have a book out of 1. So we have maps. We found a Harketeer to get up to 5, which is still very important at this stage. Now all we need, I believe, is a staircase item.
Ew, the book on one hand, but on the other hand, we will actually be able to see the maps for these dungeons. So, name that ink blot. To me, it looks like a backwards dollar sign. What do you think one looks like?
To be honest, I've basically got nothing. I don't know.
I thought of something else. A seahorse.
So, rooslugs should know roughly where the staircase is, unless it happens to be Zelda's room. I don't believe we've seen that yet.
But with rooslugs' low bomb count, they're probably going to pick up that bomb upgrade real fast. And CaffyJD gets the doctor's note. And now we can go get our sodas. So, is tonight going to be a Coke night or a Pepsi night?
Well.
Interesting.
So that means Zelda's room is actually to the left here at start, and that push block is a very important wand, so rooslugs is jumping out to quite the early lead here.
Well, also, CaffyJD is going to have to dip back into 1, first of all, and second of all, they didn't pull out the wand the first time in 1, so that's going to add up to some time for combat. That's gonna just eventually be slower. So who put the book and wands in 1 together again?
Yeah, the bot does some silly things sometimes. It's giving rooslugs all the items early on that help with progression, so just needs to find out where that bow and silvers are, and he'll be on his way.
Well, we know this is a jet seed at this rate.
It's a jet seed until you need a power bracelet, a raft, or a recorder, and you're trying to jet the seed.
But the value of the power bracelet technically goes down because you don't have as many power bracelet overworld locations in first quest as you do in second quest overworld.
I don't believe we've seen the ladder spot just yet. We're getting away from these Lionels by taking the HUD route, so it doesn't take any damage.
Beautiful. And we're seeing CaffyJD do some more exploring. So I will... Wait, so rooslugs didn't get that bomb upgrade.
Nope, he was still short.
I mean, while rooslugs does not have enough rupees to get the bomb upgrade, on the bright side, they have the wand, and that makes up for 6 bombs.
Yeah, it's really early in 1, so always a chance you can get back in there and grab the bomb upgrade as needed.
So do you like danger and do you like noodles?
Only if it's from the left side.
Well, I guess you can say they got fried. And both runners are now in 8, and rooslugs takes out all the light legs in that room to get a heart container. And we're gonna see, is this going to be, wait, nope, it's not a push block. Dang.
At 1 heart, that Gleok is deadly, so rooslugs has to go ahead and up an A. It's going to look for a different route around, probably through this key door.
As our runners tend to high five eventually in this dungeon. we're gonna see some more exploration. And like-likes.
Yes, this like room is bad for Caffy. Not going to be able to do much in it, and rooslugs, on the other hand, has wands, so he'll be able to clear it. So if this is a big item, it's just another item that's going to create an even bigger gap between them.
And CaffyJD stumbled upon that Gliok and said, nope, I'm out of there.
Oof, yeah, this is getting rough now.
Oh, yes, this is getting very one-sided. But after pulling off that beautiful box clip, rooslugs pulled out the bow as one of the 2 items in 8.
I mean, in theory, Caffy can get that bow. It's just going to cost the majority of his bombs on those like-likes.
And that's time. So now, for CaffyJD's sake, they just gotta pray Silvers have some crazy block, or that they're in a dungeon that you started already a Triforce with, and rooslugs has not dipped. Otherwise, this is leaning towards rooslugs' win. And that's another Triforce in the basket.
Yeah, so he's going to go down the coast, since we haven't seen the coast. If that's where the silvers are, then it's real bad. Kind of hoping it's like a heart container or something smaller, so we have some trolling going on here.
I mean, if the silvers are on the coast, maybe I can pray and we'll have a sub-30 jet seed?
Essentially what this comes down to, if silvers are on the coast, is you have to have a lot of required Dodonga rooms in a row, since rooslugs does not have a bomb upgrade yet.
And isn't there a flag in this flag set for silvers and red ring not being forced into 9?
Yeah, they're not forced in there. We do see the magic boomerang on the coast, which is a pretty useful item, except you have wand and bow at this point in your rooslugs, so no need to pick that up. We are saved from the absolute jet seed, though.
I think once CaffyJD gets rid of these like-likes and the push block, we're gonna finally see another bow.
Yeah, good on Caffy for being able to get this. If you're looking for Caffy to catch up, the obvious answer would be silvers, and 8 would really catch him up quickly, since that gives him repeatable offense.
But also, even if the silvers aren't in here, Caffy still has a better weapon to use and can afford those arrows in the shop. While rooslugs, on the other hand, once they find the silvers, they're going to have to manage their rupee count to make sure they have enough silvers for Ganon.
It just depends on how much the overall rooslugs explores. I know there's another large secret that's kind of closer to the dungeons in the Dead Woods. There was a question earlier about where 9 was. I think 9 is one of the burn spots over there, so rooslugs will have to find his way towards that extra money in order to find level 9.
Now that's a nice medium secret. 39 rupees. And that puts rooslugs in a nice place with that rupee management.
Yeah, it's not going to be a huge lead, by the way, to the wand potentially here. Just need to find the ladder out of 3 and you can get into this one. So now that Caffy knows where 1 is, we're okay.
And yeah, 1 is completely ladder blocked.
Yep, I'm going to have to eventually do a Death Mountain dive here, as Caffy's found most of the overworld spots as far as his progression goes.
And oh, CaffyJD taking a death and just decides to reset. And rooslugs takes a rupee penalty. So that rupee count is dwindling down. Hopefully rooslugs doesn't run into any more door repair issues.
Yeah, Caffy will have some offense to get into level 3, although you don't have to get that far in. Rooslugs decides to pick up the red candle. Not as important to pick up now as it was before, but I guess you could still find some enemies that's useful for. Rooslug should find his arrow money here very soon. It's progressing towards the dead woods as we speak. Meanwhile, Caffy's going to see that magic boomerang on the coast, and that's probably the last time we'll see it unless we have to world wrap for convenience.
I mean, you can't count it out. World wrapping is a nice way to get to places and around Hyrule.
Level 2 here for Rooslugs. Probably going to dig it here momentarily, just kind of looking around real quick.
And we have some more. And Rooslug's rupee count is getting dangerously low. So Rooslugs is heading back and is heading into 2 and is going to check 2 out. As a runner, while I do not run, this is my disclaimer, I am not a runner and will not claim to be a runner. As a commentator, I've noticed level 2 is one of the nicer levels to dig due to its smaller size, and so therefore a greater item density.
Rooslugs has gotten to the top of this 2 where there's a heart container on the floor. We'll see if there's a second one in here at some point, or if it's an item. Triforce we don't need.
Well, geez, that Triforce was free. And with the bunny taking a couple hits from the wand, and nope, that's not a push block room, and we're seeing more exploration of this level 2.
Could potentially see Rooslugs take the Triforce here just to get a cheap health refill. Instead walks back to start. A little surprised he just up A that in that case. And decided not to wait for that bomb to go off. I don't think. Doesn't matter. Silver's on the floor. Potential go mode.
Oh. That is Silver's.
So if you're looking for the absolute right order in a seed, you're basically seeing it on Rooslug's side of this. I don't think he's done anything wrong in terms of order.
This is like the perfect way you want your seed to go when you're running all boards, no swords. So Rooslugs hasn't found level 3 yet, right?
Rooslugs found level 3 because it had the ladder. He knows right. Because he found it right away, though.
And there's our red candle.
Yep, so both runners decided to pick it up. We're now going to find level 7. Probably going to clear this out, try and find that Triforce real quick, and then head back up to 3. And that officially makes it go mode since, well, I shouldn't say that. The Dig Dogger could potentially thwart that go mode, but it's almost certainly going to be a chance at it now. Speaking of...
if you speak it into existence, it might happen.
Well, that's at most the item in 7, because we've seen the transport and it's not segmented. It could also be the Triforce itself, which would be the best case scenario for Caffy getting back into the race, as he's miles away from level 3 at the moment.
Caffy really needs to find their way to level 3, or they're going to be stuck out of level 1.
Caffy should be able to find his silvers in this level 2 at least, so he's closer to progression. And really, he's not that far behind, so a trolling 9 could be enough to get him caught back up at any point.
Well, since we are in go mode, but we're not on the way to the 9, we can talk about it. 9 has a nickname in Zelda 1 Rando. It is known as the Great Equalizer because due to its huge size, with the amount of rooms, a bunch of connecting staircases, and you're looking for 2 specific rooms, the way you route 9 can change who comes in first and who comes in second.
Yeah, so here's a really rough situation for Caffy. He went into that room, got a clock, and didn't realize there's a wall master, so he may not see his silvers.
Oh no! That's so sad. And rooslugs picks up their Triforce in 7 and just has to make their way over to 3.
I forget if there's some wall masters here in this room or in a spot nearby here. Oh, he's going to see the wall master there. That might tip him off that room before had a wall master as well. We'll see. He should notice that the pattern of this enemy set is the exact same as that room. So there's a chance.
A chance, but okay. Okay, old man, I see how it is. But at least the ending roads took you somewhere decent.
Yep, here's a veteran play here. He knows that room was the exact same as this enemy setup, so he's going back in here now, and he's going to see his silvers and be happy he did it. Meanwhile, rooslugs is back into 3, with it being the last Triforce piece he needs.
And we have a map of uselessness. And we're eventually going to try looking for a staircase since this is a segmented 3. So poor CaffyJD is just, they're going to have to make their way to 3 in order to progress.
On the bright side, the game's basically forcing you that way at this point. There's not a whole lot left you can do in the seed.
And CaffyJD's heading back to level 5, hoping that might be the answer, but we know, in hindsight, it's not.
Still a chance for a useful item in here. I would think bomb upgrade or red ring could be quite helpful if you find it here.
Yeah, but the window of opportunity is slowly closing on CaffyJD. The rooslugs takes a death, but at least they'll be able to they know what room their staircase is in for this connector. And rooslugs is dodging those dark nuts while I think maybe trying to... Okay. No block clip tonight. I see how it is. Now, we're gonna see if one of these blocks moves and pushes.
Bomb upgrade for CaffyJD, gonna go up in bombs again to 16 now.
Well, that's a whole lot of firepower. And rooslugs is masterfully handing this Darknet realm. Well, on 3 hearts. Well, 4 hearts now. Gets a fairy out of it, and now we found our connector.
These diamonds in level 3 can have a corner drop in them, so rooslugs is clearing them for the Triforce. Well, as I say that, he leaves that one behind, but it could have it. And I think that's it for the Dig Dogger trolling. 9 most likely is going to have the Patras at this point, since we haven't seen him.
Yeah, and Patras are gonna want to just give a big hug, man. And we see some people in chat hoping for some more sinister options for level 9. But unfortunately, their dreams are just dreams and not reality.
Alright, taking the Innie Road to shortcut up to West Death Mountain. So we'll be a couple of spots away now. I think this level 3 is going to be probably the second to last location on the overworld. So it just shows you how difference in routing has really made the seed for rooslugs so far.
And with that, level 9 is here, and it's not looking totally Swiss cheesy tonight. It just looks like a hunk of like ice or dye.
Yep, looks like rooslugs is setting up his map to explore this. We'll see if we get a door or a roar here early. Here's the Patra that we hadn't seen all seed.
Hi, Patra. We kind of missed you. So, well, the only thing is with the downside of Patras being on 9 is that they can disguise the roar.
We're about to see the ladder pick up for Caffy.
And the waiting. Okay, there's a bomb hole there. And more exploration in here. And with that, at 35 minutes and 30 seconds, CaffyJD got their ladder and is in Triforce Go mode.
Yep, in the meantime, the shutter door for Zelda has been found. It is literally to the left here of this Patra. So now all we need is Gan's Roar, and we're out of the seed at a very, very fast time.
You know, it feels like time just went by in a blink. But Patras are sometimes a pain in the butt to walk through.
Speaking of a pain in the butt to walk through, left side land mows.
Ooh! Because those will, especially since rooslugs has no rings for protection, they're gonna just body you.
Well, the game couldn't be absolutely free and nice. It had to throw something at rooslugs, and that was it.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing the seed wanted to be mean on. Everything else, the seed was just pleasant. And rooslugs takes down that Patra expertly and very cleanly, while CaffyJD takes a death in 3 and is still going back in to find that transport case to eventually get the Triforce out of here.
Oh, we have Wizrobes in here. That's always fun. I'm surprised. Well, he knows it's a transport now, since that tea room, I think. But if he looks in some of these staircases, he could find a red ring pretty cheaply, and that would help out his ability to get through this 9.
Yeah, but with the way the seed has been a jet seed, rooslugs thinks the runner mentality is that your opponent is literally right on your tail and there's no time to stop and take a side quest over for a red ring.
The big question now is, will rooslugs run out of bombs?
Oh no. Oh no, is rooslugs gonna have to take the walk of shame to go get more bombs?
That is the one advantage that Caffy has, is he has a significant amount of bomb capacity to where he can have 15 or 16 bombs pretty easily going into 9.
But that bomb count can make all of the difference right now.
Alright, looks like we may be looking at the tea room clip to get past some of these, I guess, staircases going to places we've already been. Maybe looking to build up a bit of a count here.
And CaffyJD is through that connector and it makes it through this room of Dark Nuts. It fights the Rupee boss and is going to get rewarded soon with their Triforce.
Well, we have a Ganon Roar. It's just to pick a door, and then the only thing holding rooslugs back is a Hyrule driver. Or a fireball now. It's taking a lot of bops from these guys.
Yeah. Just a hit from Ganon will send rooslugs back to the start of 9.
This is the absolute worst room to fight Ganon in, as well. Offset almost all the time.
But rooslugs is managing to dodge this fireball, is not get a Hyrule driver, and then I just jinxed it! Why do I curse these runners?
Yeah, so it's just going to come down to whether or not rooslugs can kill Ganon in the next probably 6 or 7 minutes, as Caffy's going into level 1. Probably will go through south door first, but if he goes through the east door, he'll have a free refill all the way up to 22.
But on the bright side with rooslugs, they're gonna now be able to conserve their hearts and get to Ganon since they know their location. And oh, I see the deadly stopwatch in this room full of wall masters.
I think Caffy right now is in the room with the Triforce. We'll go up because why not? Probably looking at that room off the start as a potential right-hand staircase. We'll realize it is not. It's Zelda's room. And a driver again. Oof.
And back to the start of 9, rooslugs goes. This is widening the window of opportunity for CaffyJD to come in there and snipe this match.
It's going to take at least 6 or 7 more deaths, but it is possible. The more you die on Ganon in these races, the more you get nervous. So,
well, also when you have nerves, you have frustration and everything affecting that, and sometimes it can lead to your performance getting worse as time goes on.
Here comes the book for Caffy. Just has to go to the left, I think.
Take left now.
Yeah, looks like mapping real quick, or may have gotten pulled aside for a second. We'll see if Ganon goes down on this attempt.
Take 3.
Oh for 3.
And Ganon is like on his way to a TKO. Wait, that's the wrong NS game. CaffyJD's screen froze. I hope it stream didn't die, or we're good. We're good.
Yeah, they're all local recordings, so it's not a huge deal.
Yeah, but no one likes to watch a PowerPoint show.
Alright, so gonna get the Triforce here in 1. and going to know that the any road to 3 is easy to find. So, suddenly getting a little bit more tense for us, the viewers. It's already a little bit tense for Rune.
I just wonder how, as a runner, it must be frustrating when you get so close to Ganon. But oh! This time, rooslugs has something nice coming in. A fairy, and that's 5 hearts, so we can take a Hyrule driver. Now we're at 3 hearts.
Need to hit him one more time.
I'm just on the edge of my seat.
He got fireballed there. I think he was about to get drivered.
And we got bacon! And we'll have a sub-45 finish. On the other hand, CaffyJD is picking up that Coke.
Alright, get your GGs out for rooslugs, finishing with an official time of 44:20.
Well, we can definitely say this was a jet seed.
Yeah, it was certainly a very easy seed once you got the ladder, but rooslugs found that ladder in such a short order that it really made it go a lot quicker than even I think the seed would normally have gone.
I mean, technically you could consider this like God or S tier routing, because everything just was perfect. And CaffyJD's taking that transport. Come on, I'll be leaving you this time.
Well, he knows what rooms were stopping him for lack of bombs. It was this Red Darknet room and then the one to south from here.
I mean, I can understand killing them to get some bomb drops, but I just want to get out of this room quickly, like rooslugs did, so I wouldn't have to deal with fighting them. And we're going to be joined by rooslugs momentarily. More of post-race interview.
Hey rooslugs, how's it going?
Oh god, that was embarrassing.
What was embarrassing was the seed rolled so free. And you got like the God tier routing on top of it, or S tier routing, depending.
Yeah, I don't know what I could have done better. Like, I only dug half the overworld, and I dug all the right dungeons with the right items, so...
As far as routing, nothing.
What was that?
So as far as routing goes, nothing went wrong. Nothing.
No, everything was perfect. Got the key early, I thrilled about that, found 6. Found 3 and found the ladder and said, piss off, I'll see you at the end. And then, you know, the rest was history. Just got the wand immediately, got the bow, got silvers going into 2. My goodness. The seed was just as jet could be. Could have been sub 40 if I didn't die so many times. 33 minutes into 9 is no joke.
Yep, Caffy now in 9, and is probably going to find Zelda's room about as quickly as you did. He's going to try and kill this Patra first, but yeah, no, he's going to sneak around it, so maybe a bit.
That room Ganon was in was a tough fight, especially having to deal with those Hyrule drivers and those fireballs in such a small space, and low health, with no ring protection.
Yeah, I guess I didn't eat enough bacon for dinner, because he ripped me a new one, but didn't matter, I guess, but I wish I wouldn't have died.
Yeah, the key of this race, though, was definitely the ladder out of level 3, because the Chevy with the Dodongos in 1 was impeding your progress to the wand. So, getting the ladder, because you took, I think you took the Any Road up there with a bunch of bombs and decided to do that early, and that was a big payday.
Yeah, anytime I have an early candle with bombs and an Any Road, I will just use that like a little snake to go wherever I can and it sits me out at, instead of doing my normal, the vanilla route, just going around the lake and whatnot. And clearly going into 3 after going into 4 was the critical play. And it's not a good play objectively, but it worked this time.
Yeah, Caffy never found the Any key. I don't know if he even really saw level 4. If he did, he wasn't in there for long.
Yeah, it was early on enough where I felt like, I have nothing, so might as well sniff it out a little bit. And the second I found it, I was just like, oh dang, this is going to be huge, because I always have a problem with keys. I usually end up with negative keys, it feels like.
But that Any key did help out a lot, especially with some of those key doors being required for some of the Triforces.
Yeah, the wand was key and ladder blocked, so if you go into one without both, then it's very disappointing, I'd imagine. But as good as Caffy is, I'm not too worried about his prowess and performance. He's a stud, so. I almost didn't dip 2, which would have been a problem, but I was like, it's so small, I have the book. If I don't dip this, I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot, and it clearly would have been a disaster. So I'm glad I did that on second thought.
So how did you feel about your opponent tonight, CaffyJD? So, were you nervous going up against them?
Caffy's a stud. We do co-op sometimes, we do some friendlies sometimes, and we probably split them 50-50 roughly, but I know Caffy is not an easy out, as is most players in the tournament, so because we're friends, it made it special, and he'll probably beat me tomorrow night anyway, so it's always fun racing him.
He's not too far away from Ganon at this point, which, given that he didn't have ladder for the first 40-ish, says a lot to how quickly he closed down the gap here at the end.
Yeah, imagine he dug a lot more levels than I did. Gosh, did he do, all of 8?
No, he did just the same route as you. He bombed his way, since he had the bomb upgrade, out of 7, which was +6, through those legs to get his bow, and then found the silvers not too far after.
The Caffy did dip into 5.
Yeah, I never saw 5. I don't even know where it's at.
Yeah, let's see if Caffy gets through this Ganon fight a little bit cleaner. Looks like the answer will be yes with the stun lock, so gonna make up even more time now, but just a little bit behind to that ladder, and it cost him a chance to really catch up in this one.
But that was a very nice, clean Ganon kill.
I still say that's the hardest room in the game to fight Ganon, because it's so offset half the time.
And CaffyJD is going to be making their way to the princess. And what is their final finish time?
It's like a 51:58, so about 7 minutes back.
Put your GGs in chat for CaffyJD.
And here's Caffy, GG's.
Hey guys, GG's. GG, Rue.
GG, my friend.
So the difference in this one, I think, was with all the bombs and saving and retrying early on, I think rooslugs ended up going through one of the Any roads to Death Mountain with 8 bombs. Found that level 3 right after finding the Any key, so he could go through the key door, and that led him directly into that ladder, which of course blocked a very, very important combat item.
Any key? Where was the any key?
Level
Three,
4.
three screens left of start.
Oh,
Yeah, level 4 I think was at the waterfall, and it had the any key not too far into it.
that's all right. When I saw that ladder up there and I'm having 8 bombs to that any road, it made me feel a little bad, especially after seeing one was ladder block. Everything else though was pretty free. All the tries were free. The bow was practically free. You had to manipulate the lights in that room, but it wasn't too hard. And I almost skipped the silvers because I didn't know the wall masters were in that room until I killed another room exactly like it.
I did the same exact thing. Same exact thing. I went east and realized, oh crap, there's an enemy still in here. That means there's an enemy above start, or else I would have walked out of there without him probably.
Yeah, we didn't catch.
Those were pesky tonight.
Yeah, we didn't catch it with you, rooslugs, but we caught it with Caffy, and I was really hoping he would catch on to the fact that enemy set was the exact same across those 2 rooms once he saw the wallmaster, and thankfully he did. But again, I think your item progression was any key, ladder, bow. I don't know, any key, ladder, wand, book, bow, and silver's right after. So it's just even the best runners aren't going to keep up with somebody who literally just hits right order, and with your skill level, it's going to make it even harder.
Yeah, that was an incredible. I thought I'd right ordered pretty well, with the exception of one missing the ladder first, and then running out of bombs in 3, just trying to get through the transport. That kind of hurt, but there wasn't any red up.
Yeah, the fact that you finished at 51 with a ladder at 40-ish is, just speaks to how good of a player you are. That's really solid.
It was amazing watching you catch up that lost time once you got that ladder in hand.
Yeah, I think the other thing that I saw was, Rue, did you ever see that Zelda room in 1?
No.
Yeah, because you couldn't bomb left at start, so everybody, including me, thought that was the right-hand staircase sitting there since every wall should open. You just kind of skipped it. We're like, oh, that's interesting. And then suddenly you went down the push block, and there was the wand, and blew everybody's mind.
Yeah, I wrote it off as a non-room because I didn't have the book or a map at that rate. Oh.
Yeah, I thought it was like an old man or something.
And then I saw the map. I'm like, okay, that might be there. Yeah, I went straight up for it, and then it was Zelda, and I was like, oh, that's a nice troll.
Yeah, anytime you're in go mode at like the 24-minute mark, it freaks the heck out of you thinking your other player did the same exact thing. I was like, every pig death sunk my soul just a little bit more. I was like, this guy is going to snipe the heck out of me. As good as he is.
And everybody claimed you had no nerves, but looked like by the 2nd or 3rd time the Ganon got you that you're a little bit annoyed with what was going on.
Yeah, no nerves, just frustration.
Circle moat room, it's not fun. I'm sure you had, 5 hearts, 6 hearts max?
Yeah, I mean, I entered the room with 3 each time, of course. Well, fighting Tektites, getting a heart, and then losing the heart, and, running into my candle fire and stuff. It was just a disaster.
I think the finishing blow was, I think you got a fairy off the last Tektite you killed on the last fight, and that got you up to like 5.5, and managed to get there. And I think the fireball actually saved you on the last hit too.
It definitely did. It threw me across the bacon fryer.
But yeah, I mean, what else can we say? I mean, it was crazy fast seed. It's probably the freest seed that at least I've rolled, and I've rolled a couple of them now. And I think one of the easier seeds in the tournament, as long as you had the ladder in hand.
Well, I still think the bot's broken now. This confirms it. So
It's like someone's gonna need to fix Saha bot.
But
Hey.
as the story goes, I have the fastest seed of the tournament or close to it the very first round, and then I go 0 in infinity. So I'll see you on the losers bracket pretty soon.
Don't jinx yourself.
I think he's going for the reverse jinx now, trying to hex himself into a couple more wins.
Whatever I can do to succeed.
Now we've got 4 more weeks of this. Only need a handful of wins to even avoid the potential for not getting into brackets, since it's kind of a smaller field into a bracket of 32. So only a handful of people, unfortunately, will miss out. Any other thoughts about this seed? I mean, I feel like we kind of saw it in a hurry.
Well, it would have been real interesting if both of us didn't realize that 2 had that enemy set. That would have made it hilarious because we would have been in early-ish go mode and no clue what to do. So,
Yeah, can't be mad about that seed. If you're finishing in 51 minutes and you're losing to 44, I think that's okay.
Yep. We'll see what happens on Sunday evening when the wheel comes back out and rolls up a couple of week 2 matchups. We'll see which opponent both of you draw for that week.
Liquid Husband almost promised me that if I went 1-0 that I'd get a matchup with RBG, but I don't know about that. That's my hope. I want to play Redbird.
Let's see how the wheel turns.
Yeah, we got a chance at that. I think a couple other people, maybe somebody that you beat early on in the All Boards No Swords from the last All Boards No Swords tournament, wants revenge on you a little bit.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me.
And people in the 0-1 are probably not going to be too thrilled if they get paired with Caffy. I mean, again, 51 minutes in this seed, and after the performance in your first tournament a couple months back, I don't think anybody wants to face you down there either.
I think it's a tough field, so the 0-1 field is just going to be just as strong as the 1-0 in my mind. So no 1 week off, in my opinion.
With that, we have a couple matches coming up, I think, in another 8.5 hours or so. Big Slamu and Also tomorrow morning. The afternoon.
Bright and early. And that's way too early for me because it'll be 6 a.m. for me.
And we got Eat My Steel and King Doll at 3 o'clock. Savor Thurwolf at 9 o'clock. And we have, I think, the final race of the week will be Stan and Jam Evil. 6 o'clock Sunday. We have one yet to be scheduled. Looking like it's going to be a late night one tomorrow night, but we'll have to see.
And with that, I want to thank you guys for putting on a great show tonight. Thank you both. Thank you, Camion, for tracking, and thank you, Fury, for co-commentating with me.
Yep, same to you, and same to all the runners, and thanks for SpeedGaming again for putting us on the air.
And with that, good evening, and hopefully see you tomorrow.